beautiful people? Today we're out in Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to be going on a skate tour today. We're basically starting here at the Foothills skate park. I think that's what it's called. And there's Cowtown skate shop right next door to it. That's super rad. We got Big Al over here. He's walking around, warming up. Sun's just coming out. We're kind of, letting it hit us. We got a long day in front of us. We got a bunch of spots, backyard pools, DIY spots that we're going to check out. Our buddy Jay has basically been giving us a tour of all Phoenix and taking us to all the best spots that we really want to go to. So super cool, super fun. So in this video, we're going to be taking you on a little tour, as well as just giving you some honest advice for how to progress at skateboarding, and specifically how to progress in transition skateboarding. See, like, where else are you gonna find a round pull jam like this? Like, there's certain obstacles no matter where you go that you're gonna find that aren't available where you currently skate. So yeah, getting out, trying different obstacles, trying different tricks, just changing up your environment is a huge way to progress pretty quickly and pretty easily. And it's just gonna make you enjoy skateboarding a lot more too. I will be getting all my friends and my homies' advice for practical tips for progressing at transition skateboarding as well in this video. The first tip that I have, it's probably a pretty obvious one, is traveling and getting out of whatever your normal skate routine is, whether you have a local skate spot or you don't have a local skate spot or skate park. Basically what I'm getting at is like leaving your area that you always skate. That is honestly the one thing that's really allowed me to progress, especially as I'm older, and even when I was younger, going to different environments, there's something about it that makes you skate better because you have a time restraint. You know that skate park or that skate spot might not be there forever, and you also have that extra bit of adrenaline going because you're just so stoked to be somewhere new. So traveling is a really good way to progress at skateboarding. I know it sounds crazy, like how do you progress by just going somewhere else and changing your environment? But I honestly think this is a really, really good, helpful tip. It's really allowed me to progress a lot faster because the change of environment has also allowed me to adapt to the environment a lot better, and being an adaptive skater to whatever obstacle you're skating is going to be a big advantage in the long run. Even if you're doing kick turns, or if you just have 3 tricks and you're doing them on different obstacles, they're going to make you a better skateboarder in the long run. So we just left the skate park. Now we are headed to a DIY skate spot. That park was really fun. Another tip for like the topic of this video, how to progress at skateboarding, being honest advice, is involving or like surrounding yourself around people that are also wanting to progress at skateboarding. Skating with Al definitely makes me want to progress or commit to tricks, or even if I'm scared of something, I'll put myself more on the line when I see Al putting himself on the line, because it's like you have this camaraderie essentially, and you kind of have this bonding experience. You're like, all right, let's like tackle this fear together. So that's something that I think is really good to do. Surround yourself by people that are actually better at you than skating. I think that's a good tip. You can skate with people that aren't as good as you, and I think you can still progress as long as they're wanting to progress. So they could be not as good as you, but they're pushing their boundaries. So if they're pushing their boundaries, you can still push your own, and that's the same kind of thing. So you don't need to have someone that skates better than you. You just need to have someone around you that's willing to sort of push their own skateboarding. So let's head to this next DIY spot.
Oh my God, look at what jump. We're gonna take the jump, aren't we? Dude, hit it.
We're not gonna X Games it, bro.
Hit
I know, I love the neighbors did this, and this is all you have to do.
Do they do it?
Wait, is that their attempt at blocking the spot? Later.
That's literally
So basically we just pulled down this dirt road and arrived at this sort of like an alleyway. Not really sure what this is. I guess a water runoff in some sort of way. And they built some DIY stuff down here against the wall. It's super rad. But it looks like some of the locals around here, maybe some of the residents don't want skate spots. So it looks like they're sort of deteriorating at the same time. A lot of the spots are pretty busted, sort of falling apart. But just kind of wanted to check this spot out because it's been a long time since I've been here, like a couple years. And last time I was here, it was really fun. It looked like there was a lot of potential for future builds. So I think situations like this go to show that not every DIY spot works out, but it's pretty rad that it's still here and it's not completely gone. So let's try to roll around, I guess.
Boulder right there.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I work in a produce department for a living. Oh.
They brought Bubbles on the session.
Legend. About how he did.
Legend. Especially out here right now. Whew, it's gonna be a good refresher. Watch this noise just refresh my mind. Hi. Woo. I think it's also like when you're on a trip, like it's hard sometimes because you want to do tricks at a certain spot because you know you're not going to be there for long. But sometimes you have to just move on and just like essentially call it and just realize. So the point that I'm getting at right now is it's so torn up, so messed up that we probably are going to have to move on. Should I tell Al he left all of his stuff here or just like roll? Oh, there he is. There might be something over here. I don't know.
Whoa, dude. Why'd you put all my stuff right there on the ground? I had all my stuff working.
All right, so Jay just took us to Mike's backyard. That's where we are now. Super rad, made to skate pole, but they can also fill it up in the summertime to skate. So it's super rad. We're here, super hyped to get on the session. I've seen photos of this place, but never skated. Actually, as we rolled up, Al had no idea, but the owner of this home was who taught him how to 50-50 vert ramps back in the day. So skateboarding, super small world. Let's jump into a session. got it.
Player?
1, 2, 3,
I'll kill
4.
myself on that thing.
How many people does it take to figure out wheelbase on a skateboard?
Is it
It
8?
doesn't have the fucking measuring tape, dog.
Actually, he's
Yeah, that's right. One that takes one.
That looks like 1475 to me.
It's like 420 by 69 to me. It's definitely 420 by 69.
Your favorite numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, Al, after you just destroyed that bowl, what do you got for tips on how to progress on transition skating?
Tips on how to progress on transition is you got to go fast. You got to stop thinking. The more you think about a trick, if you're scared about it, the more likely something wrong is going to happen. So you got to go into it knowing you can do it and just go for it. You know, falls are bound to happen in transition, but usually when you fall, that's when you go for it. And if you fall, then you can figure out what you did wrong, get back up there and land that trick. So just going for it, having speed, and just having that, you know, that never giving up, you know.
What if you don't want to fall? What if you don't want to eat shit? How do you get better?
Then you
The answer is you don't.
then you got to work tricks up. So if you want to learn a back Smith, then I always say you're going to have to do those tricks working up to it. Back 5-0, back 50, back Smith stall, and then, you know, you work your way up. But if you don't want to fall. But if you want to fall, then you just go for the trick right off the bat.
So if you don't want to fall, you don't skate.
Yeah, something like that.